Lo and behold, 30 minutes before tribal, Rob messages me and says, we're going to activate the Emily plan. Go. I've got everybody lined up. So first of all, he went behind my back and started organizing them for it, which, not that big of a deal. I was talking to them as well. But I wasn't sharing that information with them, and I wasn't aware that they, I don't know, it took me by surprise. But I decided, let's go with the plan. Let's not rock the boat, and let's use this to our advantage. So we voted out Emily.
Bye-bye, Emily. Well, good game. Hope you enjoyed this season. We enjoyed having you. Now you can spend your time on the jury, unruffling your feathers and getting ready to warm back up to me. Because my game's about to get red hot, baby. And just remember, burn bridges stay burned.
We're also trying to prepare for the fact that we might swap or have some kind of shakeup. So I'm just trying to develop real relationships with everyone so that everyone thinks that I'm their number one.
So with the potential tribe swap coming up, I went out on a whim and I messaged Zach and Sean, and we had a little three-way FaceTime the other night. I think it went really well. All of us are on the exact same page. We have the same feelings going into this next tribal. We have the same feelings about the rest of our tribe. We all want to work together throughout the game. So I think this is a great place to be in, and these are two just phenomenal players to have on our side going into a potential merge situation.
Zach, Connor, and I have had some conversations about possibly working together to take over on whatever kind of new tribe we end up on.
The plan is that Sean, Connor, and myself will be sticking together as a tight three, looping in Drew of the Sean, Connor, Zach three. I organized a call between the three of them, but made Connor be the one to reach out and say, hey guys, I was hoping to make a call. That way Sean doesn't think that, I'm running this. And before the call with all three of us, I separately had a call with Connor and separately had a call with Sean just to be like, I'm with you, the person that I was on the call with. Let me know how you want this call to go and I'll try and steer that direction. So they both think that I'm kind of double crossing the other for them.
And I even got some legwork in with Sammy today, and I made the case, Claire being out of the game is bad for your game, but there's in theory a spot in your game that could now be filled, and I would like to take on that kind of role if they'll have me.
The whole Claire army thing is not really a thing, and now that Sammy doesn't have anyone, she's probably going to be a loyal number.
Obviously, I'm very upset about the fact that Becca was kicked off, because there goes Claire and Becca, my two people who I knew for sure were going to be my allies through the end. So I'm a little bit on my own now, which is okay.
Oh, and there's that other fifth member of our tribe who is non-existent, dare I say useless. I might even say Drewsless. Drew is just not playing the game. I don't know, unless he's playing some kind of 5D chess on top of the 4D chess that some of us are trying to play, on top of the 3D chess that some of the rest of us are trying to play. I just don't know how to talk to the guy or talk any kind of strategy with him.
Sean just keeps messaging me, but he doesn't know that I, am friends with Connor and Zach, and our alliance is, pretty good. Like, if I get stabbed in the back, that's gonna really hurt. And I don't really want to work with Sean because, I think Sammy still has immunity, and, Sean got third, last season, so if our tribe loses, he's gone. Like, we're definitely kicking him out. And he messaged me, and I am just gonna pretend I just don't check, my Discord, and I really don't, but yeah, it's gonna be kind of awkward in these calls today.
I haven't decided yet who I actually want to work with, but I think it's important to keep my options open.
All right, we will get started. No, I could not let you guys get too comfortable. There was talks of a swap. There is a swap.
Unbelievable.
First, I was thinking 2 tribes of 6, and then 4 tribes of 3, but we're going with 2 tribes of 6. I'm going to share my screen, and we are going to randomize the tribes. Tribe 1 will be Group 1. That'll be the new Saboga tribe. Tribe 2, Group 2, will be the new Mogo Mogo. Shapira, since you lost 2 challenges, your tribe will be dissolved. There will be no more Shapira tribe. I am going to press the randomize button 5 times. On the 5th time, these will be the new tribes. Tribe 1 being Saboga, Tribe 2 being Mogo Mogo. Let's swap tribes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the new tribes for Survivor Quarantine All-Stars are as follows. Saboga will be Ben, Karen, Zach, Krista, Shannon, and Drew. And the new Mogo Mogo tribe will be Brian, Rob, Phil, Sean, Connor, and Sammy.
We had the tribe swap, which, let me tell you, could not have gone better for me. We have me, Krista, and Ben, the last remaining 3 Shapira, and my 2 tight alliance members from that tribe, all still together on our new tribe. And we've added Zach, my #1 ally in this game, secret ally, and boyfriend of Krista. I mean, this is like, so me, Krista, Zach is like a separate power trio. I don't see anyone in that alliance turning on the other, at least pre-merge.
The sun has set on the old Mogo Mogo tribe. Just as I thought might happen, our 3 tribes merged into 2. And Mogo Mogo 2.0 is interesting for a bunch of different reasons. On face value, there's some room to maneuver here, but the reality is I feel like as soon as we don't go to tribal, my ass is fried. I'm so screwed.
The next challenge, a tried and true favorite, we are doing a Survivor relay. It will be 2 tribes of 6. Everyone will have a role to play in the race. First tribe to get through all 6 legs of the relay will get immunity on Thursday. Losing tribe, date with me Thursday, Tribal Council, where you will be voting off the 4th person of Survivor Quarantine All-Stars. These are the 6 legs. There will be 2 physical. First, 10 sit-ups, and then 15 jump squats. Then there will be a 16-ounce water chug. Then we will be doing flip cup. After flip cup, there will be a scavenger hunt. You will need to bring me 2 items. When you get to that leg, that person will be informed about what the 2 items are. And the 2 items are different for each tribe. And then we'll move on to the final round, where we will be doing a spot the difference puzzle.
All right. Saboga, Mogo Mogo. Is everyone ready? All right, and go.
Hey, let's go, Phil.
Phil and Drew going at it with the sit-ups. Phil is speeding through it.
Done.
Phil done. Connor on the jump squat. Drew is done.
Ben, don't jump so high.
Chug, chug.
Connor's done. On to the chug.
Done.
Jump squats are done. You chug. All right, we're on the flip cup now. Sean has got it. Moving on to the scavenger hunt. Your items for Mogo Mogo are a toothbrush and a fork.
Got it.
All right, your items are shampoo and a spoon.
Are we seeing Krista's screen right now or Robert's?
I have a toothbrush and I have a fork. Mogo Mogo, June 11th.
Shampoo and spoon.
June 11th for Mogo Mogo. Saboga is June 3rd. All right.
Rob has 3 left.
Krista has 7 left.
Come on, Rob, you got this.
Go, Rob.
6 left for Krista.
0 left.
Rob,
Let's go.
Tribe has one tribal.
Rob, let's go.
Let's go.
Such a close race.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Clutch. Clutch.
Away.
Oh.
So I believe that is Mogo once again extends their immunity streak. Saboga, tragically, one of you will be the next person voted off of Survivor Quarantine All-Stars. Grab your stuff, head back to camp. Good night.
My first impression was this is a tribe full of challenge beasts. You have me, Connor, and Sammy from the old Mogo Mogo, and then you've got Rob, Phil, and Brian from the old Saboga tribe. And sure enough, we came through and won tribal immunity, so we don't have to do any crazy scrambling or anything like that between now and Thursday. And that's great for me because
We got new tribes. I'm now on the Maui Mogo tribe, and it's a good place to be. Another arch nemesis is also on this tribe. We've got Sean. He's back, and I'm sure he's hungry for more. So get ready, Sean. I know with this tribal council coming up, you're looking to feast on Rob, but beware. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
As for the way that the tribe swap went, I am happy with the result. Sean and Connor from Mogo Mogo are still with me. I'm also happy to be on Mogo Mogo because green is my favorite color, and I can spell Mogo Mogo, and I don't know how to spell the other one.
When we had a few minutes to strategize after our tribal ended, what we decided to do was we're going to lie to the next tribe that we talk to. We're going to tell them that Brian found the idol, that we put all of our votes on Brian, and that he put 1 vote on Emily, and that's why Emily went home. Therefore, keeping together any kind of alliance that people think the older kids have, and also letting people potentially think that we're against Brian, when in reality, we're going to keep working with him. We are 3-3, so 3 of the old, that old tribe that was 5, and then 3 from my Saboga tribe, which, that'll be interesting. We don't have to go to tribal. That's what's really nice. But when we do go to tribal, or if we do go to tribal, it should be interesting because we're split 3-3. I think the lie that we brought in there should help us. If Rob and I pretend to work with the other group, and we get them to split their votes, and then we switch our votes, we could do something with that. So there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of choices, a lot of potential to make a big move. Very excited to see the way the rest of the game goes. Glad I'm not going to tribal. That's huge.
New people in the tribe are Brian, Phil, and Rob. I don't know if I'll vibe well with Rob. He does not seem to have a personality that would mesh well with mine. But so far in actually interacting with him, he seems to be a little bit more pleasant than I originally thought. So I am open-minded about that. Phil seems nice. Brian and I already knew each other. So of course I think Brian seems nice. Apparently there's a little bit of drama when they did their tribal council. And we were kind of let in on the drama, which is helpful because now I know that Brian had the idol and he played it, which means, unless there's something I don't know about, that Robin, Phil, and Brian all don't have an idol. So I think that's going to be key moving forward.
We made it through the first merge. It's a good feeling, but this merge definitely scares me a little bit. I think we can talk to Brian and bring him in. From what I've heard, he was almost voted out last tribal council, and that makes me question his alliance with Rob. and Phil. So hopefully his previous relationship with Sammy can incentivize him to come join Sean, Sammy, and I, and we'll be able to go into this next challenge with numbers.
My game plan is to allow Sean to make the big decisions that he feels like he's in the driver's seat. But I do feel as though I am pretty skilled at subtly convincing people to do things.
I do think I have the biggest target on my back in the tribe. And should we lose on Thursday, I don't feel good about my being able to work my way into too many people's good graces. So between now and then, the race is on to get some legwork in and hopefully plant some seeds so that I can give myself some wiggle room whenever the day comes that I actually have to go to a tribal council. Because so far I haven't, and that is fine with me.
Mogo is no mo. Unfortunately, last night we had a tribe swap and I was removed from my beautiful tribe, and the winning streak of Mogo continued without me. So props to Sean, Connor, and Sammy. Still avoiding tribal.
I am with my sister and Ben, so original Shapira, which is exciting. And then Zach, who I date, and also Karen, who I don't know, and Drew, who is a number. So, was that everybody? Did I count 6? I don't know. But, yeah, so Karen comes in with this story about how Brian used an idol to save himself, and then they voted out Emily, and how it was 3v2, old school versus new school. Do I believe it? No clue.
If this story is true, we are now Saboga, so there should be an idol tomorrow on the Saboga beach. If there's not an idol tomorrow, we will be led to believe that Karen is lying. If there is an idol tomorrow, this will be my 3rd idol hunt in a week. So great, another day of me not doing my actual job because I have to find a freaking idol. Now let me tell you, I've let 2 of them slip through my fingers, not this one. This idol is mine. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. I got an idol. Freaking finally. I told you in my last confessional, this was my time, this was my idol. And guess what? I got it. Let me tell you everything I went through to get this freaking thing. First of all, Zach and I took shifts last night, setting alarms for the middle of the night to wake up and check Discord to see if a clue was gonna be released at 4 in the morning. He took the 4 a.m., I took the 5 a.m., I checked again at 7, nothing. So we wake up this morning, for real, and we're like thinking that maybe Karen lied and made up this story and she has the idol and there's not gonna be one. So we were like, wow, okay, fine, that's cool, at least, you know, we figured it out. But then the clue comes out and the race is on. The first 3 people to solve the clue get the second clue. So me, Zach, and Krista are working together on it because we're like, let's just make sure we're the 3 and then we'll battle it out from there. So we're working together, we figure out the answer, we all lock in our answer, we got it, we're moving on. The 3rd and final clue, it's a ridiculous word unscramble. I spent like 2 hours trying to figure it out, but I freaking solved it! And I didn't need anyone's help, and no one beat me to it this time, so I have the idol. I'm so excited. I did have to tell Zach and Krista about it. I mean, they knew one of the three of us was gonna get it, so there's no use in hiding it. So they do know, but this is freaking crazy. All three of us have an idol. Me, Zach, and Krista, all three of us have an idol.
We had another idol hunt today, and Shannon beat me out by, honestly, like 1 second. I was DMing the correct answer while I received the text from her that said I got it. So I think if I had just been a little bit quicker, I would have gotten it, and I would have had 2 idols, but it's okay. I'm glad that Shannon has it. She feels safe now. She told me about it immediately, which is nice.
Okay, everyone, it's time for another visual breakdown of Survivor with Shannon. Let's do it.
Tonight we're ultimately deciding between voting off Karen and voting off Ben. I was initially very pro getting out Ben because I thought that Karen was going to be a good target, but the more I think about it, the more her story doesn't really make sense to me.
I'm not getting good vibes from Karen. I don't think she wants to work with me. So now, here I am, saving Ben again to convince Zach and Krista to vote out Karen. Zach is on board with it. I've got him. So we just need to convince Krista to do it. Really, we don't need to convince Krista to do it because we have Drew and we have Ben, but we want her to feel like she's a part of it so that she doesn't like do something crazy. So hopefully it's gonna be Karen tonight and I will have saved Ben once again.
I talked to Ben today too, and he seemed authentic and genuine. Everything he said was backed up by Shannon and Krista, so
Don't mind me, just carrying Ben's game again.
I mean, ultimately it doesn't matter because we're gonna lose the challenge tonight and have to go to tribal again, so if it's not one of them, it'll be the other later.
For those of you who have not been to tribal council with you, there should be a torch. Grab it and approach the flame. Dip it in and get fire. This is part of the ritual of tribal council because in this game, fire represents your life. And when it is gone, so are you. We'll now introduce the members of our jury. Claire, and voted out last week, Becca and Emily. Zach, you were on Mogo Mogo. You were on a winning streak, never had to go to tribal council. You get swapped onto New Saboga. What's your first impression?
My first impression is that all of Shapira got swapped together, and 4 of my Mogo Mogo members are no longer with me.
Is that a scary prospect to stare down?
Yeah, I mean, at the surface, it's a 3-2-1 tribe swap, so Drew, Karen, and I are kind of left scrambling.
Krista, on the flip side of that, he's right. Shapira, the unlikely tribe of 3, the survivor gods have smiled upon you, and you are now in a plurality position. How does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, what are the odds, right? It's like you shuffle the deck 5 times and then we all end up together. So, I mean, I think we were really excited about it. And, you know, we've been through a lot. We've been to 2 tribals already, lost the challenge. So, I mean, yeah, it was definitely a pleasant surprise to feel like you had allies.
And Karen, worst case scenario for you, you are on Saboga still, but you are the only previous Saboga member here. How does that feel?
Yeah, I was pretty pissed, to be honest. I was like kind of hoping at least one of the people from my previous tribe would be on the same tribe as me, but whatever. Yeah, I was freaking out a little bit, if I'm being honest. But I think I've had some really good conversations with folks, and I'm not gonna lie, I still don't feel completely confident and secure, as this game can honestly just like flip as like a switch. So I'm feeling a little bit scared, but I'm also like I'm confident in the work I put in to build relationships with these new people.
Drew, same sort of situation. You're not in a plurality. You have to make these new relationships that weren't on previous Mogo Mogo. Have you faced a
That
similar level of fear?
Yeah, it was sad to lose kind of the Mogo Mogo squad. I think Zach and I are making the best of it we can. We've made some new friends along the way. So I think it's been an overall a positive experience. We have one loss so far, but probably will be the last one. I feel like we have a good group here.
Shannon, I don't I don't know. It's difficult to say. Will this be your last loss? Because it's starting to feel like you might be cursed.
Oh, Jeff, I'm sure it will not be my last loss or our last loss. Honestly, at this point, I am operating throughout the game as if I will be attending every single tribal council. So I'm putting no stock in challenges at this point.
Zach, would you call this calm when you were not going to tribal council and now it's more frenetic, or how's the pace different when you know you have a tribal council to attend?
There's more pressure because there's actually a deadline for when you have to make your decision. But to say that because Mogo Mogo never went to tribal that we weren't strategizing and scrambling every day wouldn't be true. I mean, I think with this game you always have to be setting in motion anything, because as Cowboy Hat Jeff has shown, there are twists almost every episode, so it's important to always be prepared for anything.
How has Cowboy Jeff sort of shown those twists? What do you mean? Give me an example.
Cowboy Jeff sucks. He's really sassy, but he's also ramped up everything that we do. So, I mean, we had another idol hunt on our beach yesterday, and if the album idol was difficult, this was probably twice as hard. It was 3 parts, with the first part being just an entire page of binary code that we had to translate into English. So, yeah, I think Cowboy Hat Jeff sucks.
Krista, let's talk about the idol hunt. What was this idol hunt like?
So this one was definitely different because I work with some coders in my office, so I just sent it to them and I was like, decode this for me immediately. And they were like, sure thing. So within like 2 minutes I had it. And it was like one of those situations where it was like the first like 3 people to get the code or whatever get to move on to the next clue. So I moved on to the second clue, and I could choose who I shared that information with, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have everybody fight it out, because like this really is an individual game, even though we're still like in tribes. But I did not get past the second round. So
Drew, as a Mogo Mogo member, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is the first I've heard about a idol. So this is something else. I'm gonna be honest. So I'll see if I can figure out what this code is, but no promises.
Moving on from the idol, Ben, how has it been forming trust in the past 2 days with a brand new tribe?
Well, to discuss the idol briefly, I was quite pleased to finally crack at least one clue. Of course, it was obviously hours after everyone or 3 other people had gotten ahead, so dying to know where that went. But, as for forming new relationships on this tribe, I think it's certainly impacted in a severe way by coming in with the entirety of my previous tribe, or the tattered remnants thereof. So some previous relationships to sort of build on, and then it's honestly been pretty open with some people, and it's been a short time frame, so I haven't really gotten to do as much social work as I would like to. But hit or miss, I'd say. But definitely impacted by previous relationships in a short time frame.
Zach, is it harder to make sure you still have trust with your old tribe and then make these new bonds, or is it more free to have less people on this tribe that you know?
If it ends up being that the other Mogo member is gone tonight, and you're saying, is that a bad signal to the other Mogo members that I flipped or something? I think when you go into a swap down in the numbers, there's an understanding that, okay, it becomes an individual game for yourself. I would hope that people on the other side wouldn't hold that against me if it were to come out that way.
Drew, Zach just said, I hope the old Mogo is okay. If
It would not be okay. I would be very upset. Like that would hurt. That would hurt.
You would you'd be
I would not do the same. I'm ride or die.
Zach, how do you respond? A ride or die commitment from former Mogo.
This game doesn't always allow for ride or dies to actually exist. Ride or dies are great, but if it's in a you versus me situation, I don't think a ride or die is really going to pick die ever.
Karen, if I'm you, this is music to my ears. It sounds like there is maybe a crack forming on some level. How, if your back is against the wall, how do you just find those cracks?
You just gotta be persistent and just continue to build that trust and hope that's enough.
Krista, outside relationships have been a big factor in this game. They always have. Has that changed with the swap at all for you?
Yeah. It's really tough to ignore pre-existing relationships, friendships. It's you kind of have to decide do I want to risk being in a pair or playing with someone that you know so that you have trust, and then you have to figure out is that worth getting targeted or not. Or you can go the opposite route and say, I am not playing with people that I know. Everyone's on a, balanced, clean slate, and then figure it out from there. But yeah, it's tough to ignore pre-existing friendships because we're not all strangers. We don't all know each other, but a lot of us know each other.
Does that make the votes get harder if you do work with these people in the future?
Yeah, I've already voted out friends. It's not this easy thing. And there's an understanding, there's universal understanding that as people get voted off, you're gonna have to kill each other. That's just how Survivor is. So I feel we all just kind of had to mentally prepare for that. And if I get voted off by a friend or whatever, I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
And that is just the perfect way to describe this game, and I can't think of a better way to go into voting. When I call your name, please DM me your vote on Discord. Zach, you're first.
Oh.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person will be asked to leave tribal council by turning off their audio and video. First vote, Ben. Second vote, Karen. That's one vote, Ben. One vote, Karen. Karen. 2 votes, Karen. 1 vote, Ben. Karen. That's 3 votes, Karen. 1 vote, Ben. 2 votes left. Fourth person voted out of Survivor Quarantine All-Stars and the 4th member of our jury. Karen, that's 4 votes. That's enough. You need to bring me your torch. Karen, the tribe has spoken.
Hi, Karen.
Well, it looks like no matter what, sometimes being on the bottom, you just can't find a way out. Grab your torches, head back to camp. Good night.